Hello, this is Patrick from XPression. I'd like to continue on our XPression Maps Touch tutorials and show you how to load scenes into an XPression Maps Touch project. Alright, so here I am in XPression Maps Designer and I'm in the interactive mode. And again, I can see that because I've got a toolbar here. And what I want you to notice is I have some buttons up here on top, and we haven't talked much about this. These buttons here allow me to manage, execute, set overlay, set home positions in scenes 1 through 5 on my presets. Now, what this means, I have a bunch of map scenes that I've already created. So I could do this a couple different ways. The most simple way to do this, right when I'm looking at it, is preset 1. What do I want to load there? If I do select preset 1, and I do File, Open, and I'm going to say I'm going to put Austria there. I'm going to click on scene 2, File, Open, I'll put France. Scene 3, File, Open, Norway. Scene 4, File, Open, Switzerland. And then scene 5, File, Open, UK. If I go to my home position and I choose File, and I've got EMEA Home, is it in my scenes here? Nope. So let's go and open up the folder, and there it is. There's my home position. So I've just loaded all of those particular scenes. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on my overlay. I'm going to click that also. File, Open, and we did a couple of overlays. I'm going to choose my white lower left buttons. There. Now, guess what I've just done? I've loaded all those presets and my overlays and my home position manually. That's one way to do it. And then I could literally come over here and do File, Save Project As, and it's going to go to my project group. I can put different names here. I'm going to create a project. I'm going to call it EMEA Demo 006. Click Save. Okay? Now, here's the next interesting part. That's one way to do it, and I've saved it there. I'm going to come over to Interactive, and I'm going to choose Edit Project. And guess what I've got? I've got EMEA 006, and I've got all my presets loaded. So this is another way to do it. So if I was to do this, let's just say I'm going to exit Maps. I'm going to relaunch it, so I've started from scratch. Okay, here I am. I'm going to reload it again. If I went Interactive, Edit Project, there's nothing here. So I could now go and search for all of those particular pieces, and I have to go back to where I have things parked here. So I did mine in XPression Maps Touch, and I'm working on my overlay. So I'm going to take the white buttons lower left. I'm going to do Home. I'll do Austria. I'll do France. I'll do Norway. And scene 4, I'll load Switzerland. And scene 5, I'll load UK. Guess what? That's just another way to do it. And I'm going to call this EMEA 07. Save. I've got all these scenes ready and loaded, so I'm good to go. So now, if I did that right now, according to what I have here, I've edited that project and I've called it 7. If I was to do this now, if I did File, Load Project, I've got a bunch of them here in my scene tree. So if I just clicked on EMEA, click Load, I should have all that set up the same way. So I've literally done 2 different ways to load and save projects. I've done them on the surface by using the interactive toolbar, and I've also gone ahead and I've used my interactive Edit Project function. Now, we've seen how to load it with the interactive toolbar. We've seen how to load it with the Edit Project. Let's go to another spot here. Let's work with managing our scene projects. So if I go to Interactive, Manage Interactive Scenes, right now I have the default systems that came with me, one for overlay, another one for homes, and then some scenes, national and regional, because there's some demo projects in here. So what I want to do is I want to create a new folder for interactive scenes. And again, this is all virtual scene management, and I want to add some scenes to it. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add a new folder, and I'm going to call it EMEA. And once I do that, you can see that everything on the right side is static. Now, here's what I want you to notice. I have some buttons over here because there's two sections. One is folders, one will be the actual scenes, and I can also dictate who created them or used them. I'm going to leave it as admin right now. And I've got 3 buttons up here. I've got an add scene, I've got a delete scene, and I've got edit scene. And what it's looking at right now is the scene that's currently on my output, which happens to be Austria, I should say. I can tell that just because I know that it's there. Also, I look up on the title bar and I can see it's EMEA Austria. So if I click my plus symbol, and it's going to tell me that it's got some information here. It's a type, it's a scene, it's named EMEA Austria, the user is me. The comment field, and by the way, this will take the comment that's here. So if I had a comment in here, it would come across. There's nothing there right now. I'm just going to click OK. And I'm going to click close. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up Switzerland, just because I can. I'm going to type in, this is Switzerland for EMEA Touch. I'm going to save what I have there. Okay. Now, if I go back to interactive, manage interactive scenes, I'm going to click add. It sees my name. This is EMEA Touch. I click OK. So now that's there. So now that I've done that, I'm going to click close. I'm going to do file, open. I'm going to take France, manage interactive scenes, add France, close, file, open, Norway, interactive, manage, Norway, and then file, open, UK, interactive, manage, add, UK. Now what I want you to notice is I've loaded all these. I haven't changed from preset 1 on my interactive toolbar. So that's what it's going to think is going to happen here. So what I could do now is if I come back to scene 1, preset 1 I should say, interactive, manage scenes. If I double click on Austria, that'll load it. I go to number 2, interactive, manage. I'm going to put France there. Go to number 3, interactive, manage, put Norway there. Go to 4, just so happens it's already there. I'm going to put Switzerland there, and scene 5 is already the UK. I'll just manage and put it there anyways, because it's sitting there from my last time. Interactive, manage, UK. Now the overlay scenes, this is a fun one for you. I can do the same thing with overlays. So I just have a habit of doing my overlays and tell them I'm doing a master overlay. I don't need to click the checkbox, I'm just being retentive about it. If I go back to interactive and I choose manage interactive services, and I'm going to go to overlay. I've got a couple of overlays that I've built already, and you saw me build these earlier. I've got a lower left, I've got a lower left in color. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change it by putting this one here and then clicking load. And when I click load, what I want you to notice is these icons will change from the white lines to the colored versions that I have here. And there you go. So I've shown you 3 ways to do this. I've shown you how to do it by using the interactive toolbar to load your project. I've shown you a way to do it from the edit project, so I can come in here and enter it all in and browse to them. And I've also got a way to do it from manage interactive services. So this gives me 3 different ways to load my scenes. And again, once I put it, load my project, I should say, once I've got it there, I can always do a save project and save project as. So for example, I'm going to call this 61, save. Now how do I load them? If I built them as projects, I do file, load project, and I pick one from the list. So if I wanted to do, for example, this ships with example national, I'm going to click load, and what you're going to see, it's going to take a second. It's loading all these scenes for me, and you're going to see it's also downloading the tiles because I'm connected to the internet, and there I go. And if I put this into view, full screen mode, and I click the different scenes, I travel to them. So it goes from there, it goes to New York, goes off to San Francisco. And I want you to notice when I click on 3, this is probably going to happen. You look on the left side, you're going to see that there's a download meter here that's letting me know that it's downloading tiles from the internet. So I can render my map. So there it's going to go into Chicago. I'm going to skip around and go to City 5. You can see a download of those tiles. And that's going to take me off to Washington, D.C. And if I'm going to go back to number 2, play, that's San Francisco. And I also want you to notice this particular overlay was built using some backplate information. It's literally just putting it behind layers, but this shows you ways to load your projects, load your buttons, change your projects, and that's all within the user interface of XPression Maps Touch.